Ghana, and he is the founder and owner of Call to Nature Permaculture in Ghana, where he does a lot of work that he'll talk more about than I will. I met him as a Peace Corps volunteer in Ghana when he was 16 years old, and he's now 35 with a family of his own. And so things have changed a lot in his life, and we felt that it would, anytime he's in town, that it would be wonderful to have him come in and talk with anybody interested. The last time he was here, which was in the fall of 2019, I think 2018. 2018, we had him give a talk in the Global Health Institute about the impact of Peace Corps service. And, you know, it was, again, kind of both of us talking about that. So I just want to mention a few things about Peace Corps and then turn it over to Solomon to talk about the work that he's done. Peace Corps is a federally funded program. It's a 27-month commitment. It's 10 to 12 weeks of training followed by 24 months of service. And that may seem like a long time, but it's actually it flies. Time flies incredibly fast when you're somewhere completely different from what you're used to. I was in Ghana doing I served in Ghana from 2004 to 2007 as a environment sector worker, and then again in the Republic of Georgia as a individual and organizational development, which is basically business development for an environmental organization. So my experience was similar in many ways, but very different in other ways. The cultures, of course, were extremely different, and the opportunities were different. I think the thing that I really want to convey about Peace Corps is that it's a great opportunity to leave college with great academic skills and have some hands-on experience really working directly with people in a country that maybe you've never been to before. And you become very comfortable in that community. You become part of a whole new community of people. You're embedded, you learn the language, you're working with them. And you come out of Peace Corps with a lot of new skills and changed in ways that you would not have expected to be changed. I think about Peace Corps, often people say that you're changed, Peace Corps changes you. And they always think about people being your age, someone who is just out of college. But it changed me too. And I was over 50 when I went to Ghana. So it was a big change for me in many ways, primarily with what I thought about or how I wanted to approach my life. So it was a wonderful change. If people have any interest in Peace Corps, I would just like to direct them to the campus website, peacecorps.wisc.edu. And at that point, they can learn more about the opportunities. I'll be providing some text and link, a graphic basically showing how that works and where you can find me and how you can learn more about Peace Corps. But so for now, let me just step aside and introduce Solomon, and I'll let him take it away. Oh, did you have any questions for me quick before I do that?
I don't think so. I think I'll email you again after this to make sure I get like all of those email addresses and the website addresses, and so that when we like make our outreach for this, we can get people access to those. But thank you for that. Yeah.
And there's this ghost coming in from my shoulder here. I'll let him take the stage.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right. Hello.
Hello. This is fun.
How are you all doing?
We're good. Thank you for coming and talking with us last minute. I'm Sophia, and I'm the education director for our organization, FH King. And then my coworker Molly is here, and I'll let her introduce herself before we start.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm Molly. I'm the urban ag director. Also, side shout out to Peace Corps. My parents met in Peace Corps, so that's my connection.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So I know you've heard a little bit about me. And so I met Kate when I was 15, 16 years old in Ghana, and when she was also a Peace Corps.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I would say I was very fortunate to meet Kate because it is through her that I've been who I am today. You know, from what I learned from her, I have really, gained a lot, and I'm also giving it back to society right now and everybody around the world. And so to start with, when I was little, when I met Kate, we wanted to set up like a garden. And then I knew in my village, everybody uses chemical to farm and also to burn and all sort of things. And Kate was like, no, we can do farming without using any chemicals. And so I did set up my small tomatoes farm, which we had a lot of produce. My mom had to take it to the market in the city to sell. And so that is where the whole thing started. I was able to save a little bit of money, and through her support, and also with little that I was getting from the Peace Corps in Ghana for helping her, I was able to save enough to go to college after junior high school. I was able to study agricultural science at the high school.
Okay.
And then after, she secured more funding for me to go to college to study general agriculture as well. And so getting in touch with Kate, I have really, got a lot of impact, and I have learned a lot from her. Okay. And then from there, there was one time, I think back in 2010, I think she heard about permaculture training in Ghana by an Australian teacher called Greek Nibs. And then she quickly sent me an email and also sent them email asking them to give me a scholarship to study about permaculture. And if you don't know about permaculture is a whole design system for creating sustainable living environment for both human and other, creatures as well. And so I did study this, and then after that, I had to go back to Accra because I was out of the village, and then I live in Accra by then with my mom and grandparents. And so when I came back to the city, I was taught a little bit about how to recycle wastewater from the house. And so I was thinking about how I could start something in the community. And so I was able to raise a little bit of money to channel like wastewater from various homes. And then I started growing tree seedlings for communities to plant. And it was very important project I did with schools. And then from there, I started helping a lot of people in their various homes, setting up gardens and stuff like that. And fortunately, I was able to work with several companies from Ghana Permaculture Institute in Techiman, which is one of the largest, permaculture centers in Africa right now. I also worked with a US organization called Harvesters Mission. They had a project in Ghana where they also developed like community gardens where people can eat healthy and also sell surplus in the market. And also from there, I worked with a German company called Transcend International. And then from there, I worked with another company called Soul Green Farms, close to Accra in Eburi. So from there, I saved a lot, and then I had to get my own project going. And so in 2015, I did register Call to Nature Permaculture Ghana. And it's called to Nature Permaculture Ghana because on several occasions, I wanted to stop what I was doing to go back to a paying job. But, I keep going back to, working with nature. And so I said, okay, let me name my organization Call to Nature. So it's basically, I've been called to do what nature wants. So from registering Call to Nature, we started a GoFundMe page to raise a little bit of money to buy seeds and stuff like that, which was hosted by a friend from Canada who came to Ghana to visit us. And from there, Kate also saw the link, and then she supported with how much she can, also shared with friends and families. And we were able to raise enough to buy tools and seeds to begin the project with. And right now we are big, we are everywhere currently. And so we run projects like tree planting, school garden, and feeding program. And basically, one of the main projects we do right now is seed savings, organic seed savings, and then we sell them to a US-based company called Baker Creek in Missouri, and that is what we do right now.
Okay, so largely your company does like organic seed saving.
Yeah, organic seed saving.
Okay.
Yeah, our heirloom seed savings and locally, source seeds. Some of them also, the company does send me some seeds here from the States, and I have to train them to fit into our climate. So some, I have to put some seedlings into refrigerator to adjust it to our hot climate. Some I have to water them with ice water. So it's a little bit of research, And through that, we also got a lot of support from the RPCV, which Kate is a member, and also Water Charity, which is also a partner to the Peace Corps Association. And we've done a lot, planted a lot of trees, more than 20,000 trees, using little kids between 3 to 17 years to also show them how they could learn from the practices. So this is basically what we do. And to add to that, when we started, we were just, taking the kids, along with the training that we've been doing on the farm and also through the practicals. But we also noticed there was a government school feeding program, which was basically carbohydrates. And so we said, okay, now the kids are here to work with us and also to learn from what we're doing, but we can also supplement the government school feeding program where the kids can also eat healthy and eat well. Yeah, so, and right now we have 17 acres that we've bought and another 9 acres in addition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's super cool that it's like permaculture and it's also like a social ecological model. That's
exactly,
cool.
exactly.
It's interesting because FH King actually hosted researchers on our plot that were using seeds that were important to the African diaspora, trying to adapt them to the Wisconsin climate. So like the reverse. What you're doing, that's super neat. Which, speaking of like Wisconsin-based permaculture, I've only been introduced to permaculture in like northern Wisconsin, which is obviously a different climate. So what does it look like in Ghana? Like what do those ecosystems, those permaculture systems look like?
Well, I think I would say we have a lot of good soil. We have a lot of, our climate is basically good to grow anything at all. As far as, a little bit about them. For example, I stated I have to put some seedlings into refrigerator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It is all like a research base that I was doing because I tried several times planting them directly and they keep dying. And so whatever you actually want to do, there is a way out of it.
Okay.
And so this is what I would like to add to your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Being basically good to grow anything is a little bit different than here.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome. Molly, do you have a question?
Yeah, I looked up Call to Nature on Facebook, so I'm quick stalking you. But I see that you do some consulting work with like local schools and different folks that want to get into permaculture. So I know it can be, you talked about that it's been a years in the making process, but do you have any advice for people who are interested in practicing permaculture on farms they have or want to get into it?
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of students from this Wisconsin University College through the IIP program. We've had, I think we had 2 groups in 2018 and also in 2017. And we've had one internship program where one guy came and also stayed with us for 6 months and studied with us. We've also trained people from Nigeria. About 55 group of people came from Nigeria University to learn from what we are doing. And so we are open all the time for people who want to learn on the farm and also to, duplicate what we do over there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You mentioned the internship and you said you have 17 acres in sort of one area and then 9 additional.
Right.
How big, I know it probably shifts with the interns, but how big is your team overall?
Actually, we have a lot of volunteers, but because of COVID right now, we kind of like limit, people who does come onto the farm. But at the moment, we do engage like women in the community to do a little bit of work like planting, harvesting, so they could also earn some money to take care of homes. Because if you come to Ghana, I mean, it is, I don't know if it is a culture, you know, but right now it's changing a little bit. Parents, only mom is more, I mean, like caring at home. So they have to do all the work and dad will be sitting, you know. So we're trying to change that kind of perspective. Sometimes the man, if the man doesn't have, then there will be nothing at home. So we're trying to create some job opportunities also for women in the community. So we do bring women also in the farm occasionally to work with us, and then we pay them off. So this is what we're doing currently.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering too, you mentioned that like way back when you first got interested in permaculture, that a lot of the other farmers in your community were using a lot of chemical heavy practices. Have you been able to sort of spread the knowledge of permaculture and educate other people in that area about it?
Yeah, I think we are working on it, but it is very difficult for the elderly people to adopt to something that is new to them. That is why in the first place, I told you we are engaging the little ones. So that will be part of them. But we are trying our best for the grown-ups also who want to adopt to come in to adopt what we are doing. Yeah. And I think one thing that is making them use chemicals or burn is they want to get quick money, you know, which actually shouldn't be the way. For example, when we started, it was very difficult, but we knew we were doing the right thing and opportunities keep coming, you know. For example, with this seed company, we didn't go to them, they came to us. Okay, so this is something small I would like to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you mentioned like engaging younger generations. I know that's something UW has talked about, like, and just organic agriculture and different regenerative agriculture in general, like as older farmers start to get pushed out by corporate ag, it's really key to engage that younger population, because that's how you get more people on the land and more people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it works out double because you're also supplementing the school feeding program too,
Exactly.
right? Yeah,
exactly.
That's like a perfect marriage. So like what is it, like mostly veggies? Like what, because you said the other program was mostly carbohydrates. So are you supplementing with like veggies or legumes, or like what is the meals you're providing look like?
So like beans, more greens and vegetables, you know, so like cabbage, tomatoes, you know, moringa, and some edible flowers as well.
Okay.
So we give them a lot, you know, cucumbers, all of that.
That's awesome.
And some of them, because it is new to them, it's kind of like very difficult for them to eat, but the teachers and the caterers at the school try to use it in the other way around, maybe to cut them and put them in the soup other than eating them raw and stuff like that.
Yeah. This summer we had access to some nasturtium, so we were giving out edible flowers and trying to like teach people that you can eat them. It was super fun. I guess on that note, what I'm wondering is for your projects, especially the heirloom seed saving, what do like your preferences look like? Are you mostly focused on like seeds that are significant historically in Ghana, or just like anything you guys can get your hands on to save?
Anything at all. We try to do anything at all.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that says most of, you know, like foreign plants wouldn't be able to survive in Ghana. And for example, like I told you, we have to research on them to be able, to grow them. So anything is possible, anything at all. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what does the future of Call to Nature permaculture look like?
Well, it is our plan to have a seed bank where people can travel all around the world to come and, to come and observe and also to learn from it. And also to have a training center where people can come and, also study, and then accommodation on site. So this is where we basically want to be. Yeah.
That's super exciting and hopeful. I feel like the trajectory that you have explained, I have faith that is definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
I saw
Okay.
a little bit just from stalking your Facebook again, that you distribute some of the food to like local communities. But yeah, I'm just sort of wondering what that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, we actually also we've worked a little bit with the School for the Deaf, where we also provide them with some vegetables. And then I think 2 years ago, we were also part of a program that was organized by Food for All Africa. It's a Ghanaian-based organization where they cook and then also serve on the street for people who cannot afford to buy, food and stuff like that. So we were also part of that program. We sponsored them with veggies and whatever we can. Yeah.
It's super exciting to hear about like all of your interconnections. It makes sense with permaculture because it's such an interconnected system.
Exactly.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think, Molly, do you have other questions?
Well, I just have one final question that I would be remiss if I didn't ask. But what is your favorite crop to grow?
That's a good one.
Well, I have a lot.
Okay.
You know,
we have time. We have time to hear a couple of them.
I think right now we have about 25 varieties that we grow right now, and Celosia is one of them.
Celosia is like my favorite. It's so beautiful. I have the jar of Celosia right here. It's so pretty.
Wow. Celosia, butterfly peas,
Okay.
cucumbers, winged beans, and amaranth, cabbage, lettuce, peppermint, lemongrass, a whole lot. I have a whole lot of,
that sounds so beautiful. Like I can imagine a lot of the colors.
And the almighty moringa, because the moringa is what we use for fertilizer on the farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like, what is it? What kind of crop is it?
It's a shrub. It also grows like a tree, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it has a long pod where you can use, the seeds out of it. You can press oil, essential oil also from it. Mm-hmm. And it's super. It's very, very healthy for the soil. And I remember I and Kate did a project when I was young at the village. And probably she's the one who introduced me to moringa. It was growing, but we didn't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. And then because it helps like pregnant women, we were raising the seedlings and then we supply them at various clinics for pregnant women to grow them and also to consume its leaves. You know, so I actually did that project with Kate when she was back in Ghana.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I can imagine your very bright and beautiful garden.
Yeah.
All the celosia in it. Yeah, our African diaspora plot this summer actually grew a bunch of celosia, and that's how we were introduced to it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a celosia seed?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, they are very, 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 very small. And we have about 1 acre right now growing, which we are probably harvesting 6 of all.
Yeah.
You know, so we have a lot. We have a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is
I think you can also check out our website called tonatureg.com for more information. It is new, but we're still keeping information out there.
Awesome. I think what we're going to do is like we have a page on our website where like when we do informational stuff like this, we'll put your information up and Kate's information up so people can like see what you do.
Right.
Your website. Exactly. That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think our members are going to be kind of pretty excited to hear about this. Do you have anything else that you think people should know?
Well, I don't think I have. Yeah. I think I've said it all, you know. So if people need more information, they can get in touch with us. If they go to Facebook or our website, there should be a contact button to contact us. Yeah. And I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity. You know, it came in very late, but you did allow us to
come. This was good for us. Yeah, thank you for meeting with us. And thank you, Kate. I know I can't see you back there, but I think you're back there.
Kate is right here.